Do your daily prayers. What are your daily prayers? Your daily prayers is used in a form of like if you're like in lack or you're in need. What are you saying to yourself? What are you asking God or whatever? Like, what are you asking the higher sources? You know, what are you asking them or whatsoever? You need to ask for grace. You know, you need to ask for strength, fuel to keep going. Don't just ask for things that you need. That's what you need. You need, you know, strive to continue. So what are your daily prayers? There's always something that you lack. What about something that you have? Make that your prayer, something that you have so you can kind of be it and affirm it. Because, you know, prayers are a form of, you know, affirmations and affirming things. So change that up with something else, and that should, you know, help you. And things should help because you're not in that state of like lack and neediness and resistance. And whatever out there is going to grant you it because you deserve it. You know, control your desires. You know, you want to think just certain feelings or intimate feelings you feel aroused. Control that. That's not really coming from you. You may be watching, you know, the website or certain things, and it's kind of triggering your lower centers, your chakras, the sacral chakra, the root chakra, and it's making you kind of feel a certain way. Or you're eating certain things. You need to control it by your breath work or your mind or both, you know, which works in, you know, correlation. You know, so it's like you got to control that energy in your body. That's why you feel kind of like aroused, or you got to use a restroom because your desires is feeding that, and it's feeding off of you, and it's bringing it down. You got to bring your energy up towards your brain so you can have clarity and think with the bigger head, not the little head. So control your desires, man. It's going to really help you and give you clarity. You're not so distracted by the temptations, desires of this world, and be the one observer. Be the one of the observer. Be that oneness energy that observes everything. It's not that you're trying to make a distinction. You know everything has a distinct variation, but you know at a sub level that it's connected. So be that at a very, you know, level chemically close to even like antimatter. It's in correlation. So be that one of the energy by just being the sole observer of everything. You know, kind of like you're meditating, you're watching your mind. Do that with everything else so you can be more still and present with whatever you're doing, because it's going to help you. You know, instead of trying to compare things or whatever, you know, or do that. It's not about being perfect and just moving with it 100%. It's about knowing the nature of the thing you're doing by just focusing on it, you know, and everything else around you too. Because how are you going to know something if you don't focus on it? You know what I'm saying? You guys see a rainbow? It's a little rainbow. Let me zoom out. That's a little rainbow. Look at these ducks over there. Look at the beautiful, clean lake. You know what I'm saying? I was showing you guys nature, beauty. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it contains. Enjoy nature. Just enjoy it and be outside. Enjoy nature. Just disconnect from the world sometimes, the false world that's in your mind. You know, just come outside and disconnect. Stop being in the mental matrix of things. Just get outside and be in nature. You know what I'm saying? I get it, it's dirty sometimes, and when you want to do better for yourself, not better, but that turns in a mindset. When you're moving with the status quo, when you're following your own path, you will be a target, because most people are on a simulated frequency or a low energy field, which is assimilated in the same frequency. Yours is higher, and it is what it is. You will become a target. You wouldn't think that people would think a certain way about you, but it's sad. But just go on your path, man, and have the strength. You're not going to even care, because like bring more to smoke, bring all that. I'm ready for it. More energy for me to just, you know, take in and use and fuel to, like, you know, enhance my armor so I can keep fighting in a path, because it's war, man. It is, bro. It's not even like, it's like physical. It's like metaphysical energy. Like you feel like the weird energy, bro. It is what it is, man. That's what comes with it. And yeah, you got to be willing to face that. You will create distance with everyone and anyone around you. You're going to feel the energy, bro. It is what it is. I talked about it numerous times. You're going to create distance because the energy, you're creating like a contradiction between you and this other person because you're moving in your truth and a knowing. They're not. So they're going to kind of trigger the person a bit. They might not show it, but it's going to be there. You're going to see how they act towards you, their body language, all that. But don't even trip about it. That's just normal. Don't even get mad. Oh, I'm so mad they switched on. Don't get mad, bro. It's a part of it. But don't trip about it. The distance is for you to transcend. And when you transcend, you got to create distance. You have to create length. When something spreads apart, it grows, it expands. That's a part of the expansion process. You can't get mad at that, man. It's a part of it. You need to grow. You need to shed layers of skin. So, yeah.
You have to be stronger than...
Don't care. Don't not care what these people say about you, think about you, write about you, how they envision you, whatever they have of you, bro, because it's just, bro, at the end of the day, bro, they're not the one that's going to put in that work, who's going to take the time, who's going to step into that field and do it, even when there's nobody there. You're going to be the one doing it, so why care? You know? They're not going to be the one that's going to be there for you in that field, in the jungle. You have to be there by yourself or with others who may be there too. But don't even care because they ain't doing nothing too. They want to lay down, be comfortable, sit on their ass. That's on them.
No.
You know, that's their mindset. Of course, it's not overnight. You know, they've been bred that way. You want to get out of that. You know? I'm not saying hate people, whatever, be resentful. Just what's best for people, you know. Try to give that affirming to whatever somebody is, because you tell them some things, they don't get it. They play you off. It may take a lifetime. Who knows, bro? But I want you to do is just spread good energy, because you'll know if they could come at you and be like, hey, bro, you really motivated me, bro. I was denial at first. I didn't want to hear it, but, man, it's really, you know, because you never know, bro. Energy could do that. Words are spells. Words could shift things around, because when you're saying words, you're speaking with vocal chords. You know, it's vocal. You know, it's, you know, that's what it is. You know, you have chords in your system and you're speaking something like a speaker. That's what it is, emanating. It's loud. You might not hear it loud, but it's a vibration. So speak good to people, bro. Because I had that happen to be saying that, hey, I'm motivated and that. That's cool, man. That's a good affirmation, bro. But yeah, bro, do that, man. So yeah. Do not be in the realms of defeat. Do not fall in it. Remember, none of this stuff is as real as you think. It's real, it's matter, but it can shift, it could move. You know, if you look under the microscope, it's chemicals under it. It's things going on. So whatever you're saying or speaking is going to have an effect on it. So make sure you're putting the right, you know, energy, the right tone to it, because it's going to help transmute it. Have the faith, because it's going to help you. So don't let it get carried away. These things are illusions. These things could be reformed. It could be regrafted, especially with your mind. You just got to have that faith, and things will happen. How many times you did something or whatever, you didn't even do it until something fell on the floor, something just happened, the door opened randomly. It's just matter. I'm not saying it's like magic, but it's just motion. That's what it is. So put the right motion, and you be the next to gain motion. Literally, you know. Have faith and trust in yourself. That voice of God is within you. The Bible says ye are gods. You know, God made his image, so he speaks through you, your vision, your heart. So have that trust within you, bro. If you have that trust within you, that energy is going to expel or some way or form, and it's going to change reality, man. They said that the faith, as tiny as a mustard seed, can move mountains because it's faith. You know, it's the heart. That's what it is. You're trusting your heart. So have faith, man. Trust in yourself and things will move. Even when that negative thought comes, that's just a negative thought, bro. These are just projections, like I said. I keep saying that. So just have faith, bro. Like, real, like, come on. Have faith and trust in your heart. They say, do it by your heart. Follow your heart. And it's going to happen, bro. Things are going to happen. That storm is just going to alleviate. So, yeah. Have faith, bro.